Hello, my loves. It is hot. It is humid. Forgive the hair. I can only do so much, but welcome back to Medicine of the Soul. I felt called to talk about love today, and I don't mean the kind of love that we seek from another, but I'm talking about loving you, loving who's inside of you. And for a lot of us, we don't even know where to start. But that's the thing. All we have to do is choose to start. There are so many things in our world, in our lives, that tell us to love, to seek love from outside of us. But I'm here to tell you it starts with loving you. Because you love you, nothing else can fuck with you. Not a single thing. Because you know who you are. And you know what? You might not like every single part of you. You might come up against something when you're doing this work, when you are doing your soul work, and you think, I thought I was past this. I thought I left this a long time ago. But I'm here to tell you to keep going. All of those things in your life, whether they were things that you couldn't speak your truth, whether they were traumas, for lack of a better word, moments that you went back on your word, moments where you were unsure of yourself and you chose to give in to peer pressure. Those are all moments that shaped you to who you are in this moment. Take a moment to thank yourself for getting here. Because guess what? You decided to click on this video. You decided to start or to continue the journey to your soul. Not many people choose that journey. It's not all love and light. It's not all rainbows, butterflies, beauty, the things that you see on Instagram. It's the moments on this journey where you're crying, where you feel so unworthy that you can't get out of bed, that you really feel disgusted with yourself sometimes. Those are the moments that radically change you into loving yourself. Because it's not all love and light. The human experience is hard. It's freaking hard. But it's the most beautiful experience I've ever been through. It opens your mind and opens your heart to true alignment. And what do I mean by alignment? What I mean is you waking up and doing what makes you happy, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel turned on and turned up in your life. You find that the things that are surrounding you, the people that are surrounding you, the animals, the whatever, your job, it doesn't matter, insert it there. You find that it all aligns with you. You feel ready for the day. You feel so in the moment that you don't worry about what's coming next because you know that you're working towards something next and you know you have what it takes. You're not afraid to fail anymore because you love yourself so much. You love your soul so much that it doesn't matter if you fail because you know what? You tried. You become curious, you become authentic, you become honest, honorable, all of these things, humble. You become everything that I've spoken up to now because you radically love yourself. And I posted, was it today? I posted at some point, being devoted to yourself. And being devoted to yourself means that you are in charge of your own happiness, not anything outside of you, not anyone else outside of you, and not because you acquired something. Think about that for a second. I have these issues with the word goals because how many of us get asked on a daily basis, if not anytime we meet someone or, I don't know, go to work or whatever. What are the goals? What are the goals for the next quarter? What are you trying to do in 5, 10, 20 years? Why do we even need to know that? I mean, I know for work, okay, goals are important to know what to work towards, but why do we put so much pressure on ourselves surrounding where do I want to be in 5, 10, 15 years? Well, I know how I want to feel, but is that a goal? Hmm, I want to push back on that because feeling and knowing, those are the things that I want to visualize, to feel, to understand. I don't give a shit about where I'm going to be in 5, 10, 15 years physically. I just know how I want to feel when I get there. So, yeah, that means I love myself enough to let go of what that looks like, to let it go. Because I just know that I am curious enough and that I have what it takes to start the things that I want to do, to just start. I love myself enough to start. Do you love yourself enough to start? That's what I want to ask you. And so, this divine love that I'm talking about, it is a radical shift inside of you realizing how powerful you are. And I know I've spoken about that a few times about owning your power, speaking your truth, holding yourself accountable, being authentic. And if you watched my last video, you know authenticity changes. And it's okay. But that is true love. That is the true love frequency, is authenticity. Authenticity to you. And that means you're not going to get along with everyone. Not everything in this life is going to love you back. But guess what? That's the magic of being you. Because you love yourself enough to not really care if those other people like you or if those other things don't like you. You see every closed door as a redirection, not as I'm not good enough. Because, ooh, that did not feel good saying that. I am good enough for everything that I want in this life. But it takes me being devoted and loving myself to start those things, to learn those things, to grow into who I need to be for those things, for those feelings. And so, how do I get to divine love? What steps can I take to get there? Well, first, you have to start. You have to decide that you're committed to you because love is commitment. How many of us say we're going to do something and then fumble on our word? It could be the smallest thing, like you might be so tired, so ragged, so run down that you are thinking to yourself, I really just need to rest. But then you have someone text you and say, hey, you want to go here? I would love to see you today. Or you have your boss emailing you saying, I need this by the end of the day. Or let me just watch that show one more minute. How many of us do that? We fumbled on our word. We're so tired, and we are telling ourselves that those other things are more important than us, than taking care of ourselves. How is that even a thing? But I know so many of us do it. I know that because I have done that in the past too. So, really start paying attention to your choices, to how you're neglecting yourself, and where you can love yourself. Commit to yourself, to loving you. And you are going to come up against unworthiness. You're going to come up against your shadows. You're going to come up against the things the patterns, the moments in your life that have told you subconsciously how to live, that you're not enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you need to be fearful of doing things because this happened or that happened or someone said that and it stuck with you. But if you start, that's where the magic happens, my loves. That's it. And from there, you might get into maybe mirror work, which is highly, highly recommended by me. And if you don't know what that is, there's YouTube. You can ask me, I'll walk you through it. You can look into EFT tapping to reprogram your subconscious. That is really powerful. There's breath work that you can do. There are so many tools out there for you to start the journey of loving you, of being devoted to you. And I promise, my loves, that if you choose to be the most important person in your life, that your happiness, that your needs, wants, and desires are more important than anything else in your life, that what you want is the most important in your life, and how you feel is the most important in your life, you will reach loving yourself fully. And I mean that. I mean you'll reach it. And you will be so unfuckwithable at that point. Because, yeah, you're not going to agree with everyone around you. You're not going to even care to try and impress people around you. You are going to see that nobody is better than you. You're not better than anyone else. And that we're all human. Doesn't matter what you have, doesn't matter what you do. It only matters that you love you. Oh, wow, that rhymed. But can you start? Can you commit to loving you? I know so many beautiful people that really do love themselves, and it has been a journey for all of us. And that's the most beautiful thing, is that we find the communities, we find the souls that are meant to be on the path with us because they see the real us. We allow our soul to run the show. We don't allow the media, the Instagram, the whatever to run the show. And that's powerful. It really is. And I just had a funny moment where I watched, I was watching a podcast. They record it sometimes. I'm sure all of you know that. But one of the females, she was being interviewed and she goes, "You have to figure out what your brand is because you won't be going anywhere in your business without it." And in my head, I was like, brand? What is what is my brand? And then I realized, why do I have to be in a box? Because my personality is all over the place. I love rainbows, I love butterflies, I love space. Like, I am so all over the place. And if you follow me on social media, I bet you'll see that because I just flow. That's authentic to me. I love myself enough to flow, to post what I want to post, to say what I channel that day. And it took time to get here. It took patience, commitment, and it took holding myself through it. And sometimes holding yourself means finding the people, places, and things that are at a level that you want to get at. So, whether that be a mentor, whether that be a therapist, whether that be all of the above, Jesus, God, source, religion, I don't know, whatever that is to get you to that moment that you need, that you want to get to to inspire you, to help you dig deeper, but you have to be truthful when you go deeper. You can't avoid. And my oh my, do you want to avoid? Because things will come up, things that maybe you didn't even know about, or that you had buried so deep. But the thing that will radically change your life is if you look at it, you understand it, and you love yourself enough to love the fact that it happened. You went through it. But here you are choosing you. That is divine love. It all starts with you. And I even have a heart space meditation if you've made it this far in the video. I have it on my page that will connect you to your true love frequency. And that if you can make the commitment to feel that true love frequency every single day, you'll recognize it. You'll get so used to it that you'll recognize it in your daily life, and anything that doesn't align with that, you just skip over. You just move on past it because you don't need it. And so I really hope that if you're on this journey, that you commit to loving you because you're worth it. You are worthy of everything you desire in your life, and it's time that you realize it, recognize it, and claim it. And with that, like and subscribe if you've made it this far, and know that I'm here to support you in any way that I can. Love you guys.